Hi guys, I'm Stev and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you 3 different cottage pies at 3 different price levels, and we're going to see which is best value for money and which tastes the best. So let's get right into it, shall we? So at the cheapest we have a frozen cottage pie. This is Bisto cottage pie. This is £2.49 as it says right here and right there. And these you can get cheaper, not near me unfortunately. You can get one of these for £1 from Iceland at the minute. And yeah, so we're gonna cook this one and see how good it tastes. So like everything that goes in the microwave, we need to pierce the lid several times. Then we need to put it in our microwave, time cook for 11 minutes. Done. So while that's cooking away, you start the prep for the next meal. So I have just turned my oven on to 180 degrees. Mine is a fan oven, and we're gonna set up our next meal. So as you can see right here, we have our canned mincemeat, our canned new potatoes, and our canned veg. And we're going to combine all this into a oven-proof dish. So you want to open your new potatoes using a can opener, strain them using a sieve, and put them into a bowl and start beating them with a potato masher until you get the required consistency. Then open your mince and spread it into your oven-proof dish, and then once you have it all in there, you want to just spread it across the bottom until it evenly coats it. Then you want to drain and sieve your mixed veg and then mix it in with your mince by getting a spatula and just folding it in there. That way it evenly coats it all. Then you want to spread your mash on top of the mixture and evenly coat that along the top. It would have been better if we had 2 cans of potatoes, but we tried to keep this at a mid-range budget. And once it's evenly coated, it's time for the oven. So that's our canned cottage pie in the oven. Our microwave one is now ready to taste, and whilst we taste that and the other one is cooking, we then start the prep on our third and final cottage pie. So here we have our first cottage pie. This was done in the microwave for 11 minutes. That's a long time. We have our second one in the oven right now, and we will be taking that out in another 19 minutes, something like that. Anyway, this, it doesn't look too appetizing. I mean, if I show you, it looks bland, it looks mush, it looks burnt, it looks everything, but looks can be deceiving, and this could actually taste amazing. I mean, I made a mistake and only bought 1 of each can. I should have probably bought 2 of the mince and 2 potatoes, that way we could have covered. This looks like the canned cottage pie I've just made, like not enough potatoes on it or anything. So let's give it a try. So we'll get a big dollop of everything. I tasted it and I don't see any veg in here at all, like no peas, no nothing. So I'm guessing it is just mashed mince and gravy, but it doesn't taste the best. I have had better ones than this for a microwave meal cottage pie. This isn't the best. This is definitely not worth the £2.50 that I've paid. It literally tastes like rubbery beef dipped in gravy. You don't even taste the mash, the gravy is that strong. It's quite upsetting actually, because I love cottage pie. But we'll just take another bite, just in case. Yeah, no, you don't taste the mash at all. In fact, you taste water in the mash. That's about it. So this is definitely not worth it for the price point. So for our third and final cottage pie, we need all of this. Now, as you just saw, that ingredient list there is a big step up from 3 cans. I mean, it's a massive step up. The price difference is huge. I mean, the 3 cans only cost me about £4.50. So we've gone from £2.50 to £4.50. This is now £8.95. or something around that area. It depends if you want me to count the whole food. So I'm counting only prices from half the bag of mince, because that's all I'm going to use, some carrots and some peas. I'm not counting the whole price, so I'm taking some money off. But if we count the whole price, this is a £13 cottage pie. Yeah, £13. So let's get cooking. So first thing we do is we fill a kettle and we boil it. Now you're asking why have I got two kettles? Well, I'm replacing this one. It's just that everything's plugged in through a nice little hole here and we need to make the hole wider for the plug. Then we add our peas and our carrots into the same pan. That way we can turn on the hob and add our boiling water covering up our veg. Then we want to get out our potatoes, get as many out as you would like, no limit. Then we just peel them, it's that simple. Now that all your potatoes are peeled, you want to transfer them into a pan. Because what we're going to do is we're going to wash them. So I'll put some nice cold water in a pan and just drain off those potatoes. So we now place them back on the cutting board and we just cut them into smaller potatoes basically. So there's one. We want them roughly like this potato here is quite small, so we're going to cut this one in half and we're going to try and get the other ones to kind of match its size around that size so that it all cooks evenly. So all our potatoes are cooked and we're going to transfer them back into the pan. So our veg has now cooked and we're going to drain that out and we're going to leave that to drain just there. So our first cottage pie is indeed ready. It smells amazing, but it looks... yeah, there definitely wasn't enough potato or anything in there. It looks horrible. But we're going to give it a try because that's what we're here for. So it's a far cry from what it's meant to be, but it doesn't look that bad when it's like all this. So we're gonna give it the good old try. Oh wow. It's very hot. It's very, very hot. But that is a lot better than that shitty microwave thing. I mean, if you look, the potatoes actually have a crust on. It's a nice flaky potato when it's got a crust on. Really lovely. The mince has browned up, cooked through. Oh wait, I mean, it is already cooked, but it's not overcooked. The peas, the veg, everything has steamed inside the mince when in the oven. This is actually, you know what, if you buy 2 cans of mince and 2 cans of potatoes, you can make a really good cottage pie out of this actually. That is actually really, really good. I'm very, very surprised right there. So, cottage pie number 2 has actually turned out to be quite a success because that is a really good cottage pie actually. And that was quite cheap. It's like £5 for a big cottage pie. I mean, if you buy 2, it's going to cost about 6. Depends where you buy it from, because this mince you can get from Sainsbury's at like £1.30. I got the Princess one, it were about £2. Or Princes or something. Anyway, so yeah, I think you can get this much cheaper if you actually use like Asda's Ideal Home New Potatoes and Asda's Mixed Veg and Asda's Mince. Then yeah, you can make this banging. But now, let's get on to our third and final cottage pie. Then we add boiling water to our potatoes, add some salt in there, put it on a hob on high heat until the potatoes are nice and soft. So now it's time to get our mince open and in the pan. So we turn our heat up to high and add in our frozen mince. We don't need to add any oil as the mince is frozen, so water will come out of this, and if you put oil in, it's just going to spit like heck at you. So this is a good way to avoid it. As you can see, it's very pink at the minute, but after 5 minutes it should end up like this, where it's starting to brown off very nicely. Then we get our gravy granules into a jug, and then we add our boiling water into that. Not too much, we want a thin mixture but not too thin. As you can see here, it's quite thickish. But then, as you can see, our mince has now browned off nicely. We add in our mixture of peas and carrots and mix that in to incorporate it all. And then add our gravy and mix that and turn it down to a simmer. So now our potatoes should be nice and soft and strained in a colander. Then we add it to a bowl. We give them a good pummeling with our masher, and we add a tablespoon and a half of butter. Then we add in some milk. Don't know how much, I just go off feeling, and then we mix that together and it should come out really, really creamy. I love it like this, it's amazing. Then we add in some salt, some pepper, and then we mash that in to get it all incorporated once again, and then we taste it and add more salt if needed. And as you can see right here, our gravy is starting to thicken up nicely. So now it's time to assemble our pie. We put our mince into our oven-proof dish, covering the bottom and spreading it out into all the corners so that no bit is left untouched. We do the exact same with our mash, so we spread this out on top of our mash and once again flatten it and get it into all the corners. Then we do a nice little pattern on top of the mash with our fork so that these bits will get nice and crispy in the oven, giving it a little crunch and great texture to the cottage pie once it's cooked. But now that's done, let's get this bad boy into the oven and cooked for 25 minutes. And then give everything a good clean in hot soapy water. I like to do this as we're cooking, that way not too much of it builds up and we can just leave it to dry off. And just like that, our final cottage pie is ready. That looks phenomenal. I mean, oh, that looks really good. I mean, this is my third cottage pie now, and if this ain't good, I'm gonna be angry. So let's get right into this. Oh, it's kept together really nicely. So look at that, guys. You can see the steam coming off this beautiful, beautiful looking cottage pie, and phenomenal. Right, but without further ado, guys, we are here to see which one tastes the best. So let's get tasting. Now, this is my third cottage pie, so I'm pretty sick of it right now, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Just tasting the mash, and the mash tastes amazing. Oh my god. Oh my. That one. Oh my god. You can tell. Oh. I'm gonna, even without much mash. I am nearly eating all of that. Now, after eating the other cottage pies, I can happily say this one is the best. It really, really is. That was. Now, if you like these videos, please do like and subscribe. Leave a comment below on the next type of video you would like to see me cooking. I can't do too much heavy lifting. So, you know, minimal recipes like this is actually quite good. But yeah, leave a comment saying what you'd like me to cook next, and maybe this can be a main thing. Who knows? But thank you, and goodbye. I won't stop till I wear the crown.